Welcome back everyone to Coaster Dash. Today we are at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom here in the Bay Area of California. I haven't been to this park in 4 years, since 2021. It's crazy that I'm finally back, and the reason it's taken me so long to get back to Discovery Kingdom is because probably their most unique roller coaster, actually, it's called Flash Vertical Velocity, has been closed for years, but they've just recently gotten that thing back up and running, and I cannot wait to experience it. It was the one coaster that I missed out on when I came in 2021, so this should be a really cool, complete experience. We have 10 coasters to get on in this park. This park opened in 1986 as Six Flags Marine World. It is a half zoological park and half amusement park, so you will see some animals in this video for sure. And I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the news that California's Great America, about an hour south, will be closing permanently in the near future. Devastating, absolutely hurts. This is what you guys will be left with here in the Bay Area. It's a park with a hit or miss reputation amongst coaster enthusiasts. My one visit in 2021 was actually quite good, which is why it's another reason I procrastinated coming back. I'm kind of worried. So this is kind of a hard park to get to with public transportation. You really want a car to come here. California's Great America, there's like an Amtrak station right next to the park, and it's so easy. But this one, my father Hugh drove me out.
Hello.
He's kind of a coaster enthusiast himself.
But I'm not going to ride the coasters today.
No, because you'll throw up everywhere.
But it is cool to see them. Yeah, and they're very compact. It's actually a beautiful park from what I can tell. I hear there's sketchy reputation about it at times, but from my point of view, it looks very beautiful.
They have a 150-foot height limit in this park, yet they've gotten really creative with what they've added in. So let's head inside Six Flags Discovery Kingdom and have ourselves a great day. I did purchase the Fast Pass in advance of my visit too. I think they call it Flash Pass here. It was about 50 bucks and it basically works. So you don't have to physically wait in a queue line. You can do it virtually. So basically doubles your ride count. I think that's a pretty good deal. And yeah, to Hugh's point, the skyline of this park is really nice, and the location on the water is beautiful. Park is open today from noon until I think 11 p.m. It's pretty crazy hours today, but I do have to leave at around 6 p.m. because I have a flight to catch. But I think with the Flash Pass and everything, I'll be good. You know, one thing I have always really liked about Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, for all the crap that this park is associated with, is the entry experience is really, really cool. You have coasters running all alongside the pathways. Good news is heading in today, I've already seen Flash do a test cycle, which is awesome news. We have now made it in, and unfortunately I'm seeing a lot of school groups. A little bit concerned about that. These groups were given early entry into the park. The area around Medusa, which is one of the park's larger roller coasters, is open for them, and that thing already has a 30-minute wait before the park opens. Like, that's crazy, but I wasn't about to head to Medusa first anyways. I'm heading to the other side, DC Universe. Oh my gosh. Well, the good news is I'm not seeing too many of those people head to Flash first. I swear more than half of those people just ran to Batman the Ride. So Flash here opened in 2001. There's a lot to say about this. This is one of the few Intamin Impulse coasters left in the world. Normally the Impulse is a pretty standard type of ride where it kind of launches you forwards and backwards over and over again. You are underneath the track, which adds a cool dynamic to it though. But Flash is the only Impulse coaster to have a custom layout, meaning one of the spikes was actually built on an incline, and so it's the only Impulse coaster to have an inversion. Why that happened is because the park originally opened this as a traditional Impulse coaster, as I described, but that exceeded the park's 150-foot height barrier, and so when the city of Vallejo found out, they were like, okay, this does not fly with us. And so the park, instead of getting rid of a brand new ride, decided to redesign one of the spikes into an incline inversion thing that would stay below 150 feet. So that's the cause for some really funky hang time from what I've heard. I think it'll be one of the best coasters out there for that hanging sensation. I'm not always the biggest fan of hang time, I will say, but nonetheless, it's been a bucket list coaster for a long time, as I said. Yeah, can't wait for this. Flash Vertical Velocity. We'll see you guys in the front row. Let's go! Woo! Oh boy, that is some serious hang time. Oh my god. Whoa! Whoa! Oh! Oh my god! Oh! All the way up the spike, baby! There it is! That is so weird. Even weirder than I could have expected. Oh, there we go! Oh! Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh! Oh! Some hang time again? Oh my gosh! Woo! Oh, really cool ride. I've just gotten 2 back-to-back rides on Flash Vertical Velocity. I started with that front row ride, which you guys saw, and then I went over to the middle because I've heard that's actually the best spot to sit on this coaster as you kind of dangle upside down on the first and third pass of the inversion. And I can absolutely confirm that that is the place to be. That was really good. That is some serious hang time. Not the most comfortable hang time given the fact that you have those over-the-shoulder restraints, but still very strong. The launches are super forceful. It's a great ride. I really do enjoy it. I think it's running pretty well for its age, and I gotta shout out Six Flags Discovery Kingdom for actually bringing this back from the dead, because this thing reopened in a day and age where this chain is removing so many coasters left and right, including some really monumental rides like King Ka at Six Flags Great Adventure, which was a very problematic, expensive to maintain coaster. This is another ride just like that. It's also from Intamin. They actually got it back. I can't believe that. And I'm so glad they did, because it's easily the park's most unique coaster. I could definitely say that after riding it. There's no other impulse coaster that feels like that. It's probably my personal favorite of the model. Even as someone who doesn't love hang time, I think that's a fascinating attraction. And actually one of my favorite parts is you just get this beautiful view of the park, kind of panoramic. You can look all around you. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, killer ride, Flash Vertical Velocity. Check it out now that it's back at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Interestingly, we have another swing launch coaster to get on next, aka forwards and backwards travel on that same section of launch at the start. You're gonna gain speed until you're able to clear that top, where you have a 150-foot inline twist. It's pretty freaky. I'm not a huge fan of the model, the Premier Ride Skyrocket 2, but I'm willing to acknowledge this one has much more comfortable restraints than many of the others with just lap bars, and it's also got interesting theming too. You actually launch through a tunnel, which is cool. So this is better than most of the other Skyrockets, but it still is a Skyrocket. It's not my cup of tea necessarily, but again, I haven't been here in 4 years, so may as well. Oh! Roll back, here we go! Oh, yes! Here's our inversion. Oh! Nice. Whoa! Oh! Very intense. Oh! Pretty good ride. So I'll start by talking about what I like about Superman Ultimate Flight, and then I'll get onto the negatives, for me at least. So it is very intense. The launches are forceful, pretty good airtime going up into that top hat, and the hang time on the inversion is great. And also, if you like the excessive positives this provides, I think that can also be looked at as a pro. For me though, what takes away a lot from this experience are the trains. Regardless of the fact that it only has lap bars, they are very tight and claustrophobic, and I am not a fan of that. I find them very noxious to get in and out of, and I also think they restrict some of the sensations you could get otherwise. And I know now that Premier Rides can improve on their train designs with rides like Alpenfuria at Canada's Wonderland, so I'm also not a big fan. I'm sure I alluded to this. It is just too much, too fast, and then other parts of the ride where you're just crawling, so it's an inconsistent experience, and I don't love the pacing on it, I'll be honest. But I understand why it's one of the more popular coasters in the park. I think objectively it is a well-designed attraction. It's just not for me. But I cannot wait for what's up next. We've got Joker. This used to be a wooden roller coaster called Roar. Six Flags America in Maryland also has the exact same ride, but that park has always been neglected. They were not able to finance a conversion like Discovery Kingdom got, because this park draws in quite a bit of people. They got a really cool Rocky Mountain Construction hybrid coaster, which is where they keep a lot of that wooden structure and then they put steel track on it. Changed a ton of the layout. There's actually inversions on this now. It's actually one of my favorite RMCs for inversions because it starts off with 2 stall-like elements. It's not super tall. It's only about 100 feet, but it is really, really fun. There's a lot of airtime on this attraction. I think the way it maintains its speed is great. So I am a huge fan of this. It's absolutely my favorite coaster in the park, even after having ridden Flash. And it's sad because Six Flags America could have gotten an RMC a lot like Joker, but instead, now we know what it looks like when a park like that is neglected too heavily, because it is closing permanently very, very soon. I will actually be there to say goodbye to Roar and so many other attractions at that park, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, let's get on Joker. That should be a lot of fun. Joker has one of the best pre-lifts of any RMC. You're up out of your seat before you hit the lift hill. It's awesome. I'm so curious as to what I'll think about a re-ride. I remember loving the Joker, so let's see. Let's go! I've been waiting so long to get back on this. Whoa! Oh! Oh! So smooth! Oh! Oh, yes! awesome! Woo! Double down, whoa! Oh, yeah! Oh, this holds up, this is awesome! Whoa! Woo! Oh, that was incredibly fun. So we just got 2 rides on Joker, once in the front, once in the back. That is an absolutely spectacular coaster. I personally loved it just as much as I did in 2021. And I know I'm in the minority, but I actually think it's better than several RMC coasters, including New Texas Giant. I've never been a super big fan of that one. And a couple of the single rail coasters too. I'd say I prefer this. Also, we just met up with Jackson. You're a ride up here, dude. How's it going?
Good, man. Happy to be here.
Yeah, appreciate you saying hi. How was that ride on Joker?
Oh, it was good. It's running great. I mean,
it is.
Really good air time.
It really is.
I love the hang time. I mean, I ride this pretty much like every week.
Yeah.
So it's like, I've gotten a ton of like experience on this, but it's a great RMC and it's really underrated.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that it's running especially good today because I adore that ride. I think it's so much fun. Right next door to Joker is Batman the Ride. This is a free spinning coaster from SNS, opened in 2019. This is a very common type of ride. You'll see at a lot of different Six Flags parks, so it's not one that I wanted to go super out of the way for, but the wait time is pretty short right now. It's pretty disorienting. If you love that sensation of just flipping over and over again, you'll really like Batman, but it's definitely not for everyone. Here we go on Batman. Hopefully we get some good flips. Oh! Oh! Whoa! There's one. Oh! Oh, there's another. Oh my gosh! Ah! Ah! What the hell? That's insane! What just happened? That was one of the best rides I've ever had on a free spin. Oh my god! For like 3 fucking times, shit! Bro, that cycle was ridiculous. I think I counted 4 or maybe 5 flips on that. God, that was one of the best free spin rides I've ever had. I mean, you guys saw it for yourselves. I couldn't believe it. Now, the one other time I did this in 2021, I also remembered it being above average for the free spin model. But no, that was actually really fun. I preferred that to Superman Ultimate Flight, and it's pretty close to Flash. Oh my god, I can't believe how intense that was. I'll tell you what, we're absolutely crushing it on time. In 2 hours, we have completely knocked out all of the DC Universe stuff. I've gotten multiple rides on Joker and Flash, which is great. Next order of business, I had a pretty small breakfast at a bakery, so I'm gonna go grab some food. I'm pretty hungry, and this is one area that I do not remember Discovery Kingdom nailing, to say the least. I mean, yeah, their food was not great last time, so hopefully I can find something a little bit better, and then we'll carry on with the park. I want to get on Medusa pretty soon, very curious by that one. Also on our way over, you'll see our first animals. Got some penguins, absolutely adorable. Made my way close to the back of the park. You got quite a few eateries here, including JB's Sports Bar and Grill. I've recognized this from some of the other Six Flags parks, so I think I'm gonna take my chances here and see what happens. Definitely the most Six Flags experience I've had today was waiting 30 to 40 minutes for food. One thing I noticed about this park, it took me a while to find anything that looked appetizing. There's not a ton of restaurants at Discovery Kingdom. Let's give JB's a taste test. Yeah, actually it's kind of ass, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty expensive too. Now, ever since Six Flags and Cedar Fair merged, the former has brought a lot of their food to the legacy Six Flags parks, and I think this park could use some help in that department for sure. They've done great things for Six Flags Over Georgia, Six Flags St. Louis, so on and so forth, so. Fries are good at least. Now that we've eaten, next order of business is going to be Medusa. This is a Bolliger and Mabillard floorless coaster that opened in the year 2000. It's got a really fun layout. If you've done Kraken at SeaWorld in Florida, it's actually a lot like that. Main difference you'll see is instead of a cobra roll like on Kraken, you actually have a sea serpent roll, one of the only ones in the world. It's a fun moment and it makes the coaster pretty unique. So looking forward to this one. Also the repaint that they've done to it since my last visit to the park looks amazing. This thing is popping off. From what I remember, this was the second best coaster in the park, but now that I've done Flash, I'm curious to see if it's able to retain that spot in the park's lineup. Let's see. We're on the largest roller coaster at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. We're about to flip upside down 7 times. Wow, we are up here. Straight drop. Whoa! Whoa! Woo! Whoa! Graying out a little bit. Whoa! Woo! Oh, it's smooth. Sea serpent roll, here we go! Whoa! Nice! Whoa! That's half the ride. Whoa! It's really fun. Whoa! Whoa! Woo! Oh! Helix? Oh, wow. Oh, that's a really complete layout. I've got to say, I was relatively impressed by how Medusa was running. That was very smooth. It was pretty forceful, and I love the layout on that. I would now say, and I didn't always think this, but I think it's one of the best floorless coasters that B&M's ever built. And if you look at it, it's just a mess of track. It is so cool. You have no idea where you're going a lot of that ride. Second half is a little bit on the weaker end because it's just 2 corkscrews really and like a helix, but I don't think many of the floorless coasters have an especially intense second half, so it's not really a major con with Medusa, but I love the first half. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. Still second best in the park for me. So I know that riding Kong could mark the end of my channel. This is one of the worst roller coasters that I have ever been on, and I'm voluntarily riding it for your guys' entertainment. This is a Vekoma suspended looping coaster. It's got a whole bunch of inversions, very, very rough. Oh my God, why do I do these things? Bro, are we dead ass? I've been waiting over an hour for this Vekoma SLC. It was advertised as 30 on the app, so that's why I got in line, although that was still pushing it, and now I'm just waiting for it to come back up. So you might be wondering, why am I not on Kong? Well, my day at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom has no doubt taken a turn for the worst, and the irony is this happened in 2021, where I had a pretty great morning actually, and then midway through the day, a whole bunch of stuff broke down and I was stuck in Joker's queue and didn't get to ride it because they kicked everyone out of line. So that's exactly what just happened to us at Kong. They had a loose wheel. This is what happens when you resort to one train operations. And this is just the kind of thing that's so rare at a place like California's Great America, and it's why I feel so bad for the locals who will have nowhere to go but Discovery Kingdom once that park closes. It's devastating. That being said, I will give the park some credit. They did something that I am a fan of, which is they gave everyone who was stuck in that line a flash pass for any attraction. It's an immediate use, so you walk up the exit and you're good to go. And I think that will actually come in handy for me, especially because I have to head out relatively soon. And the flash pass I bought, I was going to use on Joker because I really enjoyed that earlier. So I wanted to get one more lap on that before I headed out. And it was trying to tell me that it was a 2-hour wait where you book, but in actuality, it's posted at a 1-hour wait on the app. So just really annoying. It's things like that that bother me so much about these Six Flags parks. Not to mention Joker, Medusa, and Kong are all down simultaneously right now. But here's this. We do have one more coaster credit we can actually acquire at Discovery Kingdom. This is a ride called Sidewinder Safari. It's the newest roller coaster at the park. I believe it opened in 2023. This is nothing special. It's just your typical spinning wild mouse coaster from Zamperla. The biggest intermediate coaster the park now has, and I think it's a solid fit in their lineup. I've heard the theming in the queue line is like actually solid. It's back in the animal portion of the park, so one thing I do want to do before I head out after Sidewinder Safari is maybe check out some of the animals, because I've spent very little time in that part of the park, so that'll be interesting. So let's get on Sidewinder Safari. Such a weird addition to a park like this though. It's like a temporary type of ride. You see these a lot at carnivals. After this, I'll be able to say I've ridden every roller coaster at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Hopefully it's relatively smooth. Oh, yeah, it feels about the same as the others I've done. Oh, oh boy, this is awfully jank for a new ride. Whoa, got a few big drops here. Whoa, woo! Oh, oh my goodness. Oh, some air time. All right, now we start spinning. Oh my god! Oh! Oh! I didn't know it was gonna be like this! Oh! Oh my god! Wow, this is so bad! This is so bad! Oh! 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 This is making me really dizzy! I'll remember that! Oh! Oh! Repetitive noises. Oh man. Whoa! Goodness gracious, dude. What a weird one. Sidewinder Safari is kind of a mixed bag because the first half was absolute garbage, I thought, and then the second half we spun a lot and it was actually relatively smooth. So second half I really liked, first half I did not like. It looks pretty good in this part of the park though, I'll give them that. So we're gonna head to the very back of Discovery Kingdom. I've never been back here in my life. It's really weird. There's also not a whole lot of people back here, although I believe, yeah, here we go. There's a river rapids ride. That's pretty interesting. Oh damn, there's some giraffes. That's pretty crazy. Not the nicest enclosure though. Oh wow, look at this. Freaking wolf. What thing is sick. It is eerily quiet back here though. It's like no one knows that this park has a zoo in the back. It definitely doesn't seem very well maintained back here, but some of the animals they have are really cool. I know this place has a shark tunnel somewhere. I'd love to see that before I head out. Damn, they got alligators here too? While we attempt to find it, I did want to mention that Boomerang Coast to Coaster here is the one roller coaster that was scheduled to be closed today. Looks like Kong is doing some cycles up there, but I think I'm done. I wasn't wanting to ride Boomerang today anyway, so that didn't bother me one bit. Not a great ride in my opinion. So I found the shark exhibit. It took me a while though, because I had to get to the other side of the park, and it doesn't make a full circle, so it was kind of confusing to get here. But man, this is pretty cool. It's definitely the best themed exhibit so far. I love me a shark tunnel, although I haven't really seen a shark so far. I'm just seeing lots of fish. Oh, well, there's a couple back there. But it reminds me of something you'd see at SeaWorld, so it's pretty interesting that they have this. Look at that big boy. If you too would like to see the sharks here, head towards DC Universe and then hook a right. I was just about to head out. Kong reopened to walk on at the moment. I think I'm gonna get you guys your long-awaited Kong ride. This is so dumb. This is so stupid. Holy crap, I basically just walked onto Kong. That was so much better. It looks like it's in terrible shape too, all the paint peeling off. This is abysmal. Oh, why am I doing this? Oh! What the fuck? Oh! 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 This might be the worst SLC in the world! Oh my gosh! I don't think I've ever made noises like that in my life. That's like actually, oh, that's so bad. Please, Discovery Kingdom, do something about that, please. Oh my gosh. Kong is so horrible. I'm nauseous. That was bad. There's nothing left for me here. Look at these wait times. 120 for Batman, 60 Medusa, 120 Superman, 60 Sidewinder Safari, 75 Flash, 60 Joker. Are you kidding me? Okay, so I'm walking away from Six Flags Discovery Kingdom with quite a bit to say. I had a really fun day. Overall, I think I like this park just as much as I did in 2021, so my opinion on it wasn't tainted any further. However, I'm willing to acknowledge that this park has some huge flaws, most of which has to do with operations. I mean, the way this park is operated is kind of atrocious in many ways. I mean, there's few parks I can pinpoint where more rides seem to go down in a given day. It's absolutely insane here. I have no idea. Something to do with maintenance, I'm sure. However, the coaster lineup is actually pretty good, especially with Flash here. It adds a lot of flavor to their collection, in my opinion, and Joker is incredible. I mean, the more I ride that, the more I love it. I think it is such a good standout coaster for this park. You know what I'd love to see them add next is like a good family thrill coaster, maybe from Vekoma or something. I know there was a survey recently that they put out to pass holders, so maybe they're looking to do something like that, because this park actually has a lot of very intense coasters as is, and not a lot of great family coasters. I think in its current state, California's Great America is much more of a family destination. Like, everyone can enjoy that place, and families are going to need some place to go, and they're going to choose Discovery Kingdom every time because that's all there is. So I'd love for them to diversify their offerings, make things more well-rounded here. The natural advantages of this park are pretty good. I think it looks generally nice, but it really was great to get back to this park. It was an honor to ride Flash as well. It's had a lot of problems in the latter half of the day here, so I'm so glad I got my rides early this morning. So yeah, farewell Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, and thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.